Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is D.L. Malloy, leader of the 5th of SGG-1 Squadron, and I'm here to go in depth into a tactic that I myself hold dear, which is called level bombing. I have been seeing that it has not been used hardly at all on multiplayer servers, so I'm going to show everyone here some tips and tricks in order to get your level bombing better and actually show you how to approach a target in game. So without further ado, let us get into it. One of the major things that you have to know before you can go up and do your stuff is the key components of your bomb site. Now, the bomb site is V by default, and it looks a little something like this for the German side. The Russians have it a little different, but otherwise the exact same controls, just a different layout. So the first ones from top left to bottom right would be your bank attitude indicator, your compass, your airspeed indicator, and your altitude indicator. Those give you information about where your aircraft is heading, what it's doing, how fast it's going, and how high it is. Insert joke right there. Anyway, the next two are your wind speed and direction inputs. Now these are where you would find out where the wind is heading relative to your aircraft. If it's coming right in front of you, you would have 0 degrees. If it's at an uneven wind speed, like how it's marked up in fives, like 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, so on and so forth. If it's like 94, you would have it at the 95 degrees. If it's at 90, you have it at 90. If it's 96, you have it at 95. So you basically just round it to the nearest mark. So on the right side, starting from the top, we have your altitude input, which you use in coordination with the altitude gauge. Your airspeed input, you use in correlation with your airspeed gauge. Your bomb bay door control, which depending on your location of your payload, it can either be useful or not. If you have an entirely internal load, then you will need to open your doors before you drop the payload. The next one up is the bomb release, which is self-explanatory. The bomb interval control, which can be done if you're doing a large target or a small target. The 0.5 seconds is for a smaller target, and 0.5 is if you're just laying down a carpet bomb down the middle of the runway. And the final one that we have is the bomb select. That's your way of choosing how many bombs you want to drop at a time. So it means that if you have it, let's just say, if you have it with 4 in the internal, it will drop 4 internal bombs at a time. And you will have to press your bomb button, B by default, as many times as it takes to empty it. Now, with that out of the way, let us get into the next thing you need to know, and that is the altitude that you need to do for your target. Now, let's say you have clear skies, and this is and you're bombing a factory. Well, optimum height would be like 4.5 to 5 kilometers above the ground. With that, you can line up your target, you can drop the bomb and destroy the target with relative ease. Now, perfect conditions and perfect situations like that are not always available to you. And sometimes there will be clouds. So what is the obvious solution? Fly beneath the clouds. Let's say the clouds are 3 kilometers up. You would have to fly below it in order to get a good drop on your target. Only problem is most of these targets have AAA guns right there, and they will shoot at you. Also, fighters are a very, very big concern. So what you would want to do is you don't want to fly beneath cloud cover. Instead, fly just inside to where you're hidden, but you can see out. Without further ado, let's go into our in-game footage. Now you are on your final run. What you're going to want to do is turn your aircraft to line up your target. Your target is going to be a railway station. If you follow the route to the exact waypoints at the exact altitude. Now you're going to want to go into your bomb site and more precisely line up your target, as you see right here. This will help you Once your bomb site is level and stable, you're going to want to open your bomb bay door and input your correct airspeed and altitude. Now, I made a boo-boo here, so don't do that. Keep your power settings the exact same, all the way. Now you're in your final stages of your approach. Fine-tune your altitude and your airspeed, and make sure all your bombs are set and ready to drop. Now all you have to do is wait. Once it's on, bombs away. And make sure you drop all your bombs, because you don't want to stick around for fighters. After that, just watch your bombs fall. I was just going into view and watching. As you can see, direct hit. Now that you've done that, when you're in a multiplayer setting, I would suggest diving. You want to dive, go to the deck. Because in the U-88, once you're on the deck, full speed, no fighters are going to catch you. Also, release your air brakes in a dive so that you can maintain control of your aircraft. After you're on the deck and egressing out of the area, go to your third waypoint return to home. This is all you should do.